Welcome, guys, to this sports update. I'm Martin Mihaly. Joining me is Dan Frost. We're going to get into some high school football, but first, let's start with some preseason basketball. NBA fans might not like the preseason because there's a lot of sloppy basketball. However, it's a chance for fans to see new players on their favorite teams. D'Angelo Russell made his debut in front of the Brooklyn Nets fans against the Miami Heat. And here is Russell with taking a little screen from Jared Allen. He's going to drop off a nice little pass to Allen, but Allen's unable to finish. Later on, D-Lo, as is his nickname, takes the screen from Timothy Mozgov and gets a little floater in the lane. Nice little 2 points there. And Russell shows off his passing ability and finds a cutting DeMarre Carroll for a layup. And finally, Russell tries to connect with Mozgov on an alley-oop, but instead gets an easy bucket for himself. Russell finished with 9 points, and the Nets win 107-88. All right, so thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, I'm Martin Mihaly. This is Dan Frost. We'll be back with you guys next week. It's been an up-and-down tenure for Terry Collins as the Mets manager. 2 years ago, they went on a magical run to the World Series, losing to the Royals in 5 games. Since then, it's been downhill, losing in the wild card game last year and finishing a disappointing 70-92 this season. On Sunday, Collins decided to resign after 7 seasons as the Mets manager. Sunday's game against the Phillies was his last. And to Philly we go. Here's Collins looking on as the Mets take on the Phillies in his final game with the team. And we go to the bottom of the 4th, no score, 2 men on, Maikel Franco with a 3-run shot, Instagram flexing off of Chris Flexen, the Mets pitcher, to give the Phillies a 3-0 lead. Bottom 8th now, Nick Williams with a shot to deep center. Williams showing off his speed as he starts rounding the bases. It ends up being a 3-run inside the park home run, making it 11-0 Phillies. Fitting that this is how the Mets season ends, by giving up a inside the park home run. And here you have the Mets fans showing their support for Collins in his last game. Final score, 11-0 Phillies. Political statement that someone doesn't agree with, the response is sometimes, you don't know what you're talking about, just stick to sports. Why should athletes just stick to sports? People like LeBron James and Steph Curry are not politicians, and you're probably not either. Yet you too make political statements that not everyone agrees with. Just because they're athletes doesn't mean they don't pay as much or more attention to politics than we do. Are you afraid that these athletes could convince some of their massive following? Well, it's called freedom of speech. You're entitled to it, and so are they.